Me, I like it in that. So anyhow, I like make I walk. My libido must get up. Anyhow, whether you're in a long distance or you're in a short distance or you're in a together distance, this UK will you rock your marriage. So when I came here, it wasn't like that anymore. And my dear, my sister, my brother, you came the first time. I was like blown like this. From here, I go to send quarter go back home. Like from here, they here. I go to send, fire bomb. They quarrel and they go back home. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Furo. To all my returning subscribers, you're welcome. And to those that are seeing me for the first time, hello, my name is Furo. On this channel, I create content about life in the UK as an international student, now navigating out of the school environment into the actual reality of life after studying. And I also create motherhood content, vlogs, and what have you. With that said, I would like to urge you to please subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up. And the most important thing is drop a comment. Make the comment section interactive. Like, if you watch my videos without dropping a comment or without saying something, they kind of feel like I'm the only one talking. But if you drop your opinion in the comment section or drop your contribution, it will feel like we are talking to each other. You understand? Yay! So guys, I'm very, very excited. We just hit 8K! Yeah, I'm so happy for this amount of people. Like, I'm just imagining, like, if I actually own a church or I own a business and 8K people are patronizing this business, woo, I'm gonna be a billionaire. Imagine 8K people give me one pound. That was like 8,000 pounds. My person's school fees be that though. Also happy, and I want to use the opportunity to thank everyone who watches my video, for those of you who share, for those of you who contribute. Some of you reach me out on Instagram to give me video ideas on what have you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. There's no amount of appreciation that will be enough, because you spend your money, you buy data, you come here, you watch my videos. It's encouraging. Thank you so much. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So just as the title has said, you have seen in the video title what we're going to talk about, and I bring it hot. I bring it as it is. I don't want to sugarcoat anything or make it look like bed of roses. I bring it hot. Okay, so in this video I'm going to be sharing with you the struggles of living here in the UK. Are you ready? So you're planning on coming here, you're like warming up on coming here, and you just feel like, oh, if I just come here, I'm going to go to trees, pluck money, money will just be flowing, I will solve all my problem. After all, £1 is 960 naira. So imagine if I get 1,000 pounds, that's 960,000. I don't solve all my problem. My problem don't solve. Hey, I dey come. Oh, you begin to run tiki kata. They come here. I'm sorry for you. Oh, you got me people. I'm borrow money. I'm like, don't worry. In 3 months, I'm going to pay you. We'll work. In 3 months, I'll pay you all your money. And you come here and you feel like, oh, and then when you get here, you get disappointed. So please watch this video very well, because I'm going to tell you everything you need to know. Watch it to the end, okay? Number one struggle of living in the UK is you have too much access to funds, to money. So that could make you run into debt. What do I mean? Here, there's money everywhere, like everywhere you like. It will feel like you're lacking anything, because there is money everywhere for you to do whatever you want to do. And if you're not careful, you will run yourself into trouble. So you have to be extremely disciplined to use this money. What do I mean by that? Number one, the bank where you're banking, there is what they call overdraft. Overdraft is the money that they just put in your account that you can use if you don't have money and pay it back. And if you have problem, you can end up using this overdraft and you're not able to, refund them back, or you're not able to pay them back. This could run you into trouble. Okay, so for instance, when you come here and you first open your account, I remember when I first opened my account, I think 6 months into after I've opened my account, my bank contacted me and said if I want an overdraft, and I think they gave me £500 of overdraft. And as I kept, servicing the account, they kept increasing it. They kept telling me how much I need, and you can get overdraft up to £3,000 of overdraft. Some people even get up to 5,000, depending on how much they put in the account, or depending on how much they are investing or they are using to run the account. So the more money you bring into the account and run the account, the more overdraft you get. And if you're not careful, you will now, you have a problem and you don't have cash and you are not disciplined enough, you'll be using this overdraft. Before you know, you have accumulation of debt that you cannot, afford, that you cannot pay for. So these are one of the bad reasons of having too much access to money. Or if you want to buy clothes, there's somebody that loves fashion, there's apps like Kalama, there's apps like ClearPay, there's different apps. This Kalama and ClearPay is like the popular ones. There's a lot of ones that are not that popular. You can use these apps, buy clothes, they will pay for you, and you pay small. And you'll be like, I'll pay later. You just be putting your mind like, I'll pay later, And before you know, you just keep buying, preparing them on Instagram, preparing them on YouTube, preparing them, doing fashion haul up and down, just buying with karma, buying, before you know, you cannot pay. So whatever you need, there is money. So you cannot say, oh, money is the thing that is stopping me from getting what I need. There is money to buy anything you need. You want to buy fridge, go to Argos. Argos will give you pay small. So sometimes you can just end up, you just moved into a house. Instead of you to take your time, watching your financial capacity, instead of you take your time to, before furnishing the house small, or furnishing it to your taste, or until you get to where you want to go. You can just get angry and just go to IKEA and, buy, I'll pay later, I will not pay later. Go to Argos, carry fridge, carry the largest TV, carry this, carry that, and the thing go come shock. If you pay back, it don't shock you like this. You go debt, they choke. So at the end of the day, you find out that you're just struggling to, pay all these debts back without, even furnishing yourself, or without even using this money to take care of yourself. You're just using this money to pay them. So there's too much access to money, and if you're not careful, you will just run yourself into debt and and be in trouble. Number 2, UK will make or break your marriage. UK, it will make or break your marriage. It is when I came to this UK, I didn't know that men used to be traditional men. It is when I came to this UK that you hear a guy saying that I'm a traditional man, no. And I'm like trying to understand, what do you mean by you're a traditional man? So some men will come here, they will not want to help their wife do anything, any housework. They expect her to go and hustle, come back, still contribute to the bill in the house, and also still take care of their children, still clean the house, and still serve them food. They happen like that for here. If your wife has to work here and bring part of the house bills, which is always the case, uncle, you have to bend down and change diaper. You have to bend down and cook. You have to also wash clothes. You have to also sweep ground. You understand? You can't come here and say, oh, I'm a traditional man, I'm not expected to wash plates. Oh, those things are women's job. You can do it in Nigeria because, probably you spend all the fun. But here, or your wife is not working. But here, your wife is working. You can't expect her to do all the chores. So if you have a kind of husband who feels he's a traditional man and is not doing the chores or is not helping you, you'll find out that as time goes on, you begin to get frustrated, you begin to feel alone in the whole thing, you begin to feel cheated, and at the end of the day, it might break your marriage. The pressure will break your marriage or make it. So it will make it in a way that there are some men that I've seen when they come here, they understand the system, they pick up the ball and they run. They help their wife, they are supportive, they are very caring, they just want to make sure that things work. That way, if you're a good wife, you begin to appreciate your husband, and two of you will create more bond, because everything here is done together. You're not alone. Like, in Nigeria, the man can just be doing everything on his own, open his account on his own, do his house on his own, do everything. But here, you people have to do things together. You want to pay any bill, you have to come together and sit down and calculate your bill and pay. You want to open an account, most times you have to open an account together. So it will make you guys closer than it will make you if you're back home in Nigeria or back home in one of your African countries. That's what it does for you. So it will either make your marriage or break it. So it depends on you. Choose what you want. If your husband is a traditional man and it doesn't help you to do anything in the house, it will definitely break your marriage, because at the end of the day, you start to feel cheated, you start to feel depressed, you start to feel worried, and before you know, there's a lot of fracas in your marriage. That's when you find out that some male begin to say, oh, my wife, I brought her to UK, she's not loyal. Your wife is also a human being. Okay, that's one thing you have to understand. Your wife is also a human being. So the more you help her, the more her feminine nature will come out, and the more she will appreciate you more. And if your husband begins to be that kind of person that understands also, it will also help your bond together. Like, it will also create your bond together. Like, for me, I do not have any of these issues. Okay, we have our long distance issue, but I do not have any issue, because whether I like them or not, I go do the work by myself. And sometimes, trust me, these things also play in my marriage. I've had issues where my husband sometimes won't call me, for some time, and I'm like, why is finally coming? From here, I go the same quarter, go back home. Like, from here, they here, I go the same, fire bomb, they quarrel and they go back home. And because him is a kind of understanding person, he knows what I'm going through. He will try to make sure things works out. And whenever he's around, he try as much as possible to help me as much as he can. So that way, we're able to, meet each other at a 50-50 range. It also helped me appreciate him better, okay? Because like back home in Nigeria, I'm a sport wife. No blame me. I'm not kind of wife that all my money go into my pocket, probably help my whoever I want to help, maybe my siblings, my friends, or this kind of thing. My husband pays majority of the bill in my house. So I don't even know how things run. I don't even know like bill, like all those things. My husband pays school fees, he pays rent, he buys water, everything. That's what I know now. We won't buy seaway water. Sweetie, we need to buy seaway water. 400, go and buy seaway water. But there are days that I'll feel like, oh, I'll start feeling guilty. This one is rich. I'll just wire around 500, 400. Why? We are like that. We are good like that. Okay, we are good like that. Okay, I just wire him huge money, good money, because I know that most of the time he's the one that does all the financial, running around in the house without, stressing my life. Okay, so when I came here, it wasn't like that anymore. And my dear, my sister, my brother, he gave me the first time. I was like blown like this, but now I don't chill. Like, I don't chill, because I don't say naira to pound, and it's not easy. So anyhow, whether you're in a long distance or you're in a short distance or you're in a together distance, this UK will rock your marriage. It will rock your marriage. That if you're not careful, everybody go do like this. Everybody go Oyo. So be careful. Number 3, the weather. The weather. If you live in Port Harcourt, like this Manchester weather where I stay, it's like Port Harcourt. Like every time it's raining. And sometimes I used to ask myself, like, what I do River State? Where River State no one leave me. I no one leave River State. Then bomb me for River State. All the place I've gone to in abroad, though, they carry me. I'd always go to states that would like River State. Why? River State, they rain like say tomorrow no day. When I went to US, I went to the first place I lived, like live is in Louisiana. In Louisiana, it's also raining all the time. Now I can't come UK, can't they live again? Now Manchester. And Manchester rain, they rain like it's bipolar. Everywhere they shine, everywhere they warm. The next minute, it don't they rain. The weather is bipolar. It's just always going up and down, so you don't even know when to carry your jacket or when to not carry your jacket. Just carry am every time. Like now, see, I'm wearing sleeveless because not like the weather is raining now, but inside the house is not cold, because as I'm talking to you, I'm not wearing, like, I don't have a heater on. Inside the house is not cold, but in the next minute, before I'll say let me go halfway this video, you might be surprised I've changed this top, or I'm just enduring, or I've gone up to on my heater. That's how bipolar this weather is. Push and start, like, and the weather can really affect your mental health, because if there's someone that's coming from either a hot weather or a cold weather, and you're here and it's raining, it's up, it's down, and especially if you're not driving, is so difficult. It will rock your mental health. So like this weather, there's nothing I can tell you that will prepare you for this weather. Nothing. Like, you just carry your jacket everywhere. The best thing is, if you're coming here, just try to buy a car, like immediately buy a car. If not, if na leg boss you won't take the waka, especially in this Manchester, you will cry. Okay. Number 4, you have to be a good planner. Like, if you don't know how to plan, bill will rock you, life will rock you. You have to be a good planner. If you don't know how to plan, how to, how much am I getting this month, how to plan, oh, this is what I'll use for feeding, this is what I'll use for this, oh, this is how we'll do this is how. If you don't know how to do that, things will choke you, because the bills, they are like. So if you don't know how to plan yourself, and just portion yourself, put all your bills in your direct debit, put in a particular day that your money is coming. So as your money just enter, all your senior bills, they will just take in your direct debit, and then you can now use the rest for what you want to do. It will choke you. So you have to learn how to plan before you get here. When I first came here, I'm that kind of person that spends impulsively. Like, I feel just stay like this now, I want chop one thing, I just buy them. I don't calculate that I need that one, I don't need that, I'll just buy it. But as I've stayed here over the time, I've just noticed that I just need a few clothes. I don't need all the clothes in this house. Clothes to full everywhere. Even Nigeria, I know that, but here is extreme. Like, even if I can afford it, I don't have to buy it except I need it. Okay, and even space now made it worse, that if I want to buy like more clothes or more shoes, I have to remove some and donate before I can buy more, because if I buy more, then everywhere there will be no space for it. So you have to just learn how to plan. Number 5, your time management skills have to be on point. Your time management skills have to be on point, because if you know sabi, like, you don't know how to manage your time, a lot of your stuff will be cancelled, especially if you have kids. Hospital will be cancelled. Like, if you book something 3:30 and you're there at 3:35, except like they are just kind, or is about children, okay, they'll just attend to. If not, by the time you get there 3:35, 3:40, they'll tell you came late, cancelled. You want to make hair, you don't go when you're supposed to go, they tell cancelled. You want to everything, you have to book appointment, and if you go late, cancel. If you're working in your job and you go late, you'll be a topic for discussion that day. So better learn how to manage your time, because if you don't know how to manage your time, it's a big struggle. Number 6, this one, their house is here. Hey, housing is a lot of basketballs. Like, is struggle to get a house, is a struggle. But one thing I've realized, once you get your first apartment, second, third, fourth won't be that difficult, but the first one is a struggle. You will literally cry. If there's anybody that come here and say, oh, they just get houses without struggle, oh, within 1 week I got house, in 2 weeks I know, landlord did not stress me, nothing, just know that person's God is alive. But housing here is a struggle. Also, talking about houses, their structure is, I don't even know what I want to say about it. Like, I'll see some people going to rent 4 house, 1 5 houses. It's all good and fine, but I don't think even if I have the money, I can, rent a 1,415 house, because one, comparing the 1,4 house and the 600 and the 700 and 800 house, there's no much different. Unlike like in Nigeria, where if you rent house 400 or 500 and you take 800 and go and rent that the same 2 bedroom, you will see a lot different. There's a lot more space. Is the finishing is a lot more nicer. Things are a lot more better in that house. But here it's not like that. Like sometimes I've looked at this 1,5 house and look at this 800 house. The only difference is that those 1,4 house, they have gym, okay, they have you'll be seeing people's roof. That's all. We'll be saying, if I even step my window for this my 700, 600 house, I go see the see roof. If not roof is my problem. Like in Manchester here, you see the rent house 1,4 and you'll be seeing roof, and they'll tell you see the view. Which view are you see? Now roof I see, I didn't say any view. Which one be view? Now view I go chop. Then they'll say we have gym. But if you get into the house, different between this 700 or 600 house and that one is paint. They paint that one white, or they do the kitchen ash. But it's the same thing. Like they don't finish the work properly. Like the wardrobe, you see your wardrobe is not well proportionate. It's just looking horrible. The house is not big, too bigger than the cheaper houses. The structure is not just that good. Like comparing, like it's double the price. So why will I even spend my hard-earned money to go and rent that house for 1,4? So if I want look roof, I climb my house, go for my bedroom, I go to see roof. If I want to see their roof, what's I go to a hotel or a restaurant there, I pay and I will see roof. I'm not spending 1,4 or 1,5 to go and rent house, because the difference is not much. So the finishing in their houses are not, it's not something I like. So it's a lot of challenge for me here. And if you're somebody that have lived in a big city, you really struggle. Like now I'm beginning to get used to living in the UK, or I'm beginning to like settle properly. But when I first came here, like it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy for me. Like it wasn't what I was expecting. Like sometimes I was even asking myself that why did I even come, do this thing, I come to this UK and see things before I even finally relocate here. How will I just come? And it was even because I didn't plan to live here. Okay, I didn't plan to live here. Like I was just planning to, let me come and do my masters. A lot of people will say they japa. Me, I know japa. I plan to come and do my master, but doing my masters, japa can't enter inside. Okay, me and my mom not say liaising. I was like, I better chill here. What time they go back and go to that kind of situation. So my own, it was just in a different ball game. No be japa carry me come, because if Japan carry me come, like I really wanted to relocate from the beginning, I would have come here with a visiting visa, and the impression I would have gotten wouldn't have been it. Okay, so it has to take you time to get used to the whole places, the small roads, the way they park cars on the road. That one na baka missy. Like I don't understand how you build house and no car park. I remember like in Nigeria, when you see people parking on the road, like you literally cut this person out because they are parking on the road. And when I came here, they are parking on the road. I'm like, hey, like literally you be driving and it's parked here, it's parked here, people are parked here, people are parked here. Like you literally have to squeeze yourself past through them before you'll be able to pass. So it's really, really hard, and sometimes you have to wait for a long time for cars that are coming opposite traffic to go through for you to pass. It's really, really hard to live here. Like then if you now live like in the main city, like in Manchester here, you live in Salford, you live in like all those up in the city. Me, I live outskirts of Manchester, and this is one of the reasons why I left like living in Manchester, because the driving there is chaotic. Everything there is chaotic. So that was why I left like the city center and came in here, which is a lot calmer for me. But at the same time, that is it. So another thing you will struggle living here, the childcare. Like if you're a mom, childcare is really, really difficult. Like I had my own fair share of childcare before my friends started helping me, and we're helping each other. So sometimes she'll hold my kids and hold her kids, vice versa, and we're just helping each other to be able to meet up our goals. So if not, childcare is super expensive. If you're working £10, you can't afford it, I swear to God. If you are, except you get like exceptional jobs, even people that I've seen that are doctors, one of them are doctors. That's why I feel like they are making a lot of money, but they are still struggling with childcare. Like paying that normal childcare rate is really hard, so you struggle with childcare a lot. Another thing, I think you struggle with your religious belief. You struggle with your religious belief because on Sundays you have shift and you really want to go to church. For those of you who are extremely religious, you will cry. You will cry because you can't go to church because you have shift and you need to meet up your bill. For me, so this is the part where if my husband sees this video, like, I told you don't put up that stuff. But this is my truth. I am not an extremely religious person. That doesn't mean that I don't love God. I love God. I feel like I have a very personal relationship with God. Like, God is my, like, there's a kind of relationship me and God have. We understand each other. So if I don't go to church any Sunday and I have a reason why I didn't go to church, I feel like God is not going to get angry with me, you know, because I have a reason why I didn't go to church. I need to pay my bills, and God understands as a child of God, I need to pay my bill, and so He will understand. So I don't feel guilty if I don't go to church 2-3 weeks. I don't feel guilty because Chineke understand, okay? But there are people who, you know, not going to church will make them feel so bad that they didn't go to church. They're extremely religious. I am not extremely religious. I just feel like I'm a child of God. But, you know, going to the physical church is not like, I don't serve God the way other people do. Like, for instance, you know, some of our Christian people, they want to wake up midnight and shout down the building. Here, if you shout down the building, your neighbor will call police for you. Okay, I remember the night I was moving in here, it was like 1 p.m. and the big boss that brought my stuff was just parking in front of my hand. They called police and police came, and you know, they interviewed us, took our questions and gave us some questions, our name, and told us to tone down. So here, if you wake up and you are shouting, die by fire, die by, hey, your neighbor will just call police for you straight. So it will really rock your religious belief. It will, if you're an extremely Christian person where you want to wake up midnight and make noise in the name of your praying. Me, I pray midnight prayer, I will not lie, but I don't pray extreme as some of you pray. I pray when it's really needed, and when, you know, the Spirit of God prompts me to pray, that's when I pray. But you know, some of you, as I've said, I'm not extremely religious. You now start thinking one thing. I am a child of God, full-blown child of God. I keep the 10 commandments. I do the things of God properly. I don't lie. I don't cheat people. I don't carry people in my mind. I don't. In fact, if you do me something, I will tell you, and that won't pass. I try to do my things. At the same time, I am a very realistic person. I don't look at things properly, just straight in the religious aspect. Let's say, for example, I need this thing. I'm saying, God do it, God do it. No, I'll still try to think of the realistic way where I can get that thing, and the spiritual way is taken care of. So that's how me, I worship my own God. But some of you need money and you're just praying, God, God do it, God, God do it, God do it. If you don't go work, how God will take some, you know. So I've come to, like, you know, worship God in my own kind of way, and I think it just aligns with, you know, coming here. It wasn't that difficult for me. If I don't go to church, the only time it rocks me is my kids. I need to take them to church, you know, because they've not been able to build their own, you know, strong, firm hold with God, and they've not really, you know what they are doing when it comes to religious aspect and really knowing God. So I like to take them to church. So that's the avenue to tell them I'm a Christian, and this is how Christianity is done. But I still also teach them that you don't have to be a fool when you're a Christian. Some of us that are Christian, we are fool. Pastor will tell you something, no fit, you know, use your head and not say that person must see you human being because say pastor don't give you one prophecy. You also, you know, the full and straight. Me, I don't need to like that. Okay, so if you're that kind of extreme religious person where every Sunday you have to go to church, even when, you know, you have things to do, you have work to do to be able to pay your bill, but you still want to go to church, UK will rock your faith. If you're that person that every month you have to pay your 10%, even when you see that you have a lot of problems, that is hip hop there, you have people you're owing, but you still won't come on your 10% pay for church. This is not to say that you should not pay your 10%. I pay my tithes, but sometimes since I'm in Nigeria, I pay my tithe a lot, but since I've been here, sometimes bills just overtake the tithe, and there's nothing I go do. I go tell God, say, God, no vex, here. So you see, I was supposed to pay my tithe this morning, but you see, I'm through beside use the money buy clothes, now bills, and you know, as an adult that's living on earth, I need to pay bill. And my God understands, okay. But some of you, if you don't pay that tithe, you fit kill yourself. And yeah, when that be worry before you go know, you don't begin to use the money, do other things without paying. So I know people won't like that I said I'm not extremely religious, I'm just a child of God. I'm 100% a child of God, but when it comes to religion, I'm 30% a religious person and I'm 60% a realistic person, or 40% religious person, I'm 60% a realistic person. So I look at things from the realistic point of view, and also look at it from the spiritual point of view. Church is not like, it's not a big deal for me. I go to church because I feel like my children have not gotten that firm hold in Christianity, and I just want to teach them. But even though be saying that them, even if I don't go to church 1 month, nothing concerns me. As far as I worship God from my house every day, that's what's important. I'm doing what He wants me to do, having a clean house, being upright in His word, reading His word, praying, and all those kind of things. That's what is, you know, important to me. And if you're that kind of person that is opposite, this UK will rock your religion, and sometimes you ask yourself all this thing why they pray for, so I can actually work and get them, you know, and that will begin to slack your faith in God, except you have, you know, build your faith like me. I build my faith so nothing can tell me. That is it. I think there's lots of challenges. The next challenge is your sexual life. Like here, if you're working here, sometimes your sexual life will just go like this. You won't have, you know, libido, you will not have nothing, like that's not they hungry, because like they think of how you go take me tax, cancel tax, they think of how you go take me. In fact, even your husband says sometimes you go touch her like everything you do wagara. For those of you who have husbands here, me, I'm getting the hot because my husband doesn't live here. So when he come, my body the hot, so I'm getting the hot. But sometimes even when he comes, says, my libido don't dey there. So what he does, I think, when he comes, he tries to pay all the bills and make sure that I'm, you know, mentally happy and stable, so that I think go fit, you know, take some, put for a reservoir and go take go, you know, just to make sure that I know me, I like the thing die, me, I like the thing die. So anyhow I like make I work, my libido must get up. But if you're that kind of person that your libido, it depends on how much you can get and money. You know, there are people who that do, some people they say, I don't get appetite, no, I don't want to. Just show them money, everything just get up. So some women are like that. So if you're that kind of person that carry your problem in your head until morning come, your libido go dey die 24 hours. And if your husband is the same kind of person, he go down like this, everything go like wagara 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 wagara. Or if you just climb with you, climb 1 second, it don't burst, everything don't scatter because of problem for this UK. So challenges for this UK, you plenty, no be small. Guys, I keep looking at my window because one particular person keep passing. So that's why I'm looking at my window in case, okay. So those are the challenges that are here in the UK. So those are challenges that are here in the UK. Housing, oh, like their house, someone then they drive me nuts. Then they drive me nuts for a year. Like it's not easy. It's not easy. It's a lot of challenges. And even if like this ones now, I'm telling you, is like when you're out of school, you also deal with it when you're in school. But when you're in school, like with kids, meeting up your coursework, doing your assignment, and also, you know, meeting up with your responsibilities as a mom, as an individual, as a dad, is a lot of work. So when you're coming here, don't think you want to come and slack. You're the one that will create activity for yourself here. You're the one that will create happiness. There's a lot of things that will make you sad in this environment, but you're the one that will create happiness for yourself. You're the one that will create fun for yourself. If you're waiting for who will come and call you, or come and create fun for you, or come and create happiness for you, nobody did, no one did would help you with that. And that's why I advise couple, before you come here, try to create a relationship with your wife, because, or with your husband, because when you get here, it's two of you just have each other. And then if you don't have husband that's coming with you, you have kids, create a relation with your kids. If you're a single person, somehow if you even find boyfriend, yeah, forget that it's a boyfriend, no, they all people there, so at least you will see somebody that 12 will be grinding this. If your luck happen, una marry if luck no dey. So at this point, this is where I would like to stop this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please, if you're here and you're living here, what are the challenges you're going through or that you think people will face when they come to the UK, please leave them in the comment section. And until I see you in another video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye.